Hi friends, and welcome to my channel Indus Educare. And in this video we will have MCQ quiz on history of modern India part 1. So let's start. The year of the foundation of the Women's Indian Association, that is WIA, is option A 1947, option B 1937, option C 1927, and option D is 1917. The correct option is option D 1917. Next, by the Act of 1858, India was to be governed option A by the company, option B in the name of the crown, option C by a board of directors, and option D in the name of the Governor General of India. The correct option is option B in the name of the crown. Next, the Ghadar Party was founded November 1913 at San Francisco, USA by option A Madam Bhikaji Kama, option B Lala Hardayal, option C Shyamji Krishna Verma, and option D is both option A and option B above. The correct option is option B Lala Hardayal. Next, the Pune Pact 1932 was an agreement between option A Nehru and Ambedkar, option B Gandhi and Ambedkar, option C Malviya and Ambedkar, and option D is Gandhi and Nehru. The correct option is option B Gandhi and Ambedkar. Next, which of the following national leaders did not defend soldiers of the Indian National Army in 1945 case dealing with trial? Option A Sir Tej Bahadur Sapru, option B Bhulabhai Desai, option C Rajgopalchari, and option D Jawaharlal Nehru. The correct option is option C Rajgopalchari. Next, which of the following treaties brought an end to the independent existence of Peshwa Bajirao II? Option A the Treaty of Purandar, option B Convention of Vadgaon, option C Treaty of Basse, and option D is Treaty of Salbai. The correct option is option C Treaty of Basse. Next, who started the first English newspaper in India? Option A Bal Gangadhar Tilak, option B Raja Ram Mohan Roy, option C J. A. Hickey, and option D is Lord William Bentinck. The correct option is option C J. A. Hickey. Next, the first woman to become a chief minister of any state in India was option A Nandini Satpathy, option B Dr. J. Jay Lalita, option C Sucheta Kripalani, and option D is Miss Mayawati. The correct option is option C Sucheta Kripalani. Next, who is the author of Vande Mataram? Option A Mahatma Gandhi, option B Rabindranath Tagore, option C Bankim Chand Chatterjee, and option C Sarat Chand Chatterjee. The correct option is option C Bankim Chand Chatterjee. Next, who is regarded as the father of modern India? Option A Raja Ram Mohan Roy, option B Swami Dayananda Saraswati, option C Sri Aurobindo, and option D is Bhagat Singh. The correct option is option A, Raja Ram Mohan Roy. Next, the most important feature of the Government of India Act of 1990 was option A, enlargement of Indian councils, option B, provision for direct election, option C, dietary in the provinces, and option D, all the above. The correct option is option D, all the above. Next, Muslim communalism was lent an impetus by the activities of option A, Ashfaqullah, option B, Liaquat Hussain, option C, Maulana Abdul Kalam Azad, and option D, Sayyid Ahmad Khan. The correct option is option D, Sayyid Ahmad Khan. Next, who threw two bombs on the door of the Central Assembly in New Delhi on April 8, 1929? Option A, Bhagat Singh. Option B, Batukeshwar Dutt. Option C, Rajguru. And option D, both option A and option B above. The correct option is option D, both option A and option B above. Next, Noakhali is situated in option A, West Bengal, option B, Bangladesh, option C, Tripura, and option D, Bihar. The correct option is option B, Bangladesh. Next, during the First Carnatic War, the French Governor General of Pondicherry was option A, La Bourdonnais, option B, Captain Paradise, option C, Duplex, and option D, Count de Lally. The correct option is option C, Duplex. Next, Gokhale was born in a Marathi Brahmin family at option A, Ratnagiri, option B, Pune, option C, Allahabad, and option D, Assam. The correct option is option A, Ratnagiri. Next, the prime causes of the 1857 mutiny did not include option A, the new system of education, option B, the Widow Remarriage Act, option C, the dispatch of Indian sepoys to Afghanistan, and option D, laws forbidding intermarriages between Indians and the British. The correct option is option D, laws forbidding intermarriages between Indians and the British. Next, who established Narayan Gurukulam in 1923 in the Nilgiri Hills with the blessings of Narayan Guru? Option A, Nataraj Guru. Option B, Chattambi Swamikal. Option C, T.K. Madhavan. And option D, Dr. Palpu. The correct option is option A, Nataraj Guru. Next, the first Indian who was elected to the leadership of the Communist International was option A, S.A. Dange, option B, S.S. Joshi, option C, M.N. Roy, and option D is P.C. Joshi. The correct option is option C, M.N. Roy. Next, who had founded the Deccan Educational Society? Option A, Dadabhai Nauroji. Option B, C.R. Das. Option C, Swami Vivekanand. And option D is Mahadev Govind Ranade. The correct option is option D, Mahadev Govind Ranade. Next, The Sepoy Mutiny broke out on May 10, 1857 at option A, Meerut, option B, Gwalior, option C, Jhansi, and option D, Agra. The correct option is option A, Meerut. Next, the program of Swadeshi and boycott against the partition of Bengal was visualized by option A, Surendranath Banerjee, option B, B.C. Pal, option C, Arvindo Ghosh, and option D, Ras Bihari Bose. The correct option is option C, Arvindo Ghosh. Next, as per August of 1940, the Constitution of India would be drawn by option A, House of Commons, option B, House of Lords, option C, Princely States, and option D, Indians. The correct option is option D, Indians. Next, the First Carnatic War in India was an extension of the Anglo-French War in option A, Canada, option B, Europe, option C, Africa, and option D, America. The correct option is option B, Europe. Next, which of the following statement is related with the provisions of the Charter Act of 1833? Option A, allowed the company's monopoly of tea trade and trade with China. Option B, put an end to the company's tea trade and trade with China. Option C, has not interfered with company's tea trade and trade with China. And option D is allowed the company's monopoly of tea trade and trade with China for 10 years. The correct option is option B, put an end to the company's tea trade and trade with China. Next, the first definite and forceful expression of the concept of a separate homeland for the Muslims came from, or the catcher of the idea of Pakistan was option A, Sir Muhammad Iqbal, option B, Rahmat Ali, option C, M.A. Jinnah, and option D, Liaquat Ali. The correct option is option A, Sir Muhammad Iqbal. Next, the young Nanu had a keen mind and was sent to a famous scholar dash Asan at Karunangpali, a village 50 miles away from his home at the age of 21. Option A, Madan Asan. Option B, Kumampilli Raman Pillai. Option C, Krishnan Vaidyan. And option D, Kumaran Asan. The correct option is option B, Kumampilli Raman Pillai. Next, Sir Syed was a prophet of education. Who said this? Option A, Mahatma Gandhi. Option B, Srinarayan Guru. Option C, Chattambi Swamikal. And option D, Tilak. The correct option is option A, Mahatma Gandhi. Next, which of the following leader organized the Swaraj Party? Option A, Lala Lajpat Rai and Firoz Shah Mehta. Option B, Sarojini Naidu and Annie Besant. Option C, Chittaranjan Das. And option D, Y. Chintamani. The correct option is option C, Chittaranjan Das. Next, why was the second roundtable conference failed? Option A, priority to be given to communal question. Option B, suspension of civil disobedience movement. Option C, grant of dominion status. And option D, date of transfer of power. The correct option is option A, priority to be given to communal question. Next, My strongest bulwark is gone, lamented Mahatma Gandhi on the death of option A. Gopal Krishna Gokhale, option B. Motilal Nehru, option C. Firoz Shah Mehta, and option D. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. The correct option is option D. Bal Gangadhar Tilak. Next, which of the following influenced the makers of the Indian Constitution? Option A. The Constitution of China. Option B. The Constitution of USSR. Option C. The Constitution of USA. And D. The Constitution of Japan. The correct option is option C. The Constitution of USA. Next, who was the chairman of the Partition Council? Option A. Liaquat Ali Khan. Option B. Jinnah. Option C. Lord Mountbatten. And option D. D.P. Menon. The correct option is option C. Lord Mountbatten. Next, the Dandi March undertaken by Gandhi was option A. a routine march. Option B. a part of the Quit India movement. Option C. a part of the civil disobedience movement. And option D is a demonstration of Congress power. The correct option is option C. a part of the civil disobedience movement. Next, as per the Act of 1919, the Council of India would consist of a minimum of 8 and maximum of dash members. The correct option is option A 15, option B 12, option C 10, and option D is 20. And the correct option is option B 12. Next, the author of A Nation in the Making was option A S.N. Banerjee, option B Mahatma Gandhi, option C Hume, and option D Tilak. The correct option is option A S.N. Banerjee. Next, under pressure from his family, Nanu married Dash, the daughter of a traditional village doctor. Option A Kalavati, option B Kaliamma, option C Rohini, and option D Meenakshi Amma. The correct option is option B Kaliamma. Next, which one among the following pairs of battle is correctly matched? Option A, the second battle of Tarai, defeat of Jaichand of Kannauj by Muhammad Ghuri. Option B, the first battle of Panipat, defeat of Sikandar Lodi by Babur. Option C, the battle of Chausa, defeat of Humayun by Sher Shah. And option D, the battle of Khawa, defeat of Rana Pratap by Akbar. The correct option is option C, the battle of Chausa, defeat of Humayun by Sher Shah. Next, the famous resolution on non-cooperation under the inspiration of Mahatma Gandhi was adopted in a special session of Congress held at Kolkata in option A, September 1920, option B, December 1922, option C, October 1924, and option D is November 1925. The correct option is option A, September 1920. Next, Scindia's troops were defeated by General Wellesley at option A, Basai, option B, Asai, option C, Tanjore, and option D, Pune. The correct option is option B, Asai. Next, the Golden Jubilee of the Indian National Congress 1885 to 1935 fell in 1935, which was observed during the session held at option A, Karachi, Option B, Lucknow. Option C, Faizpur. And option D, nowhere. The correct option is option D, nowhere. Next. Mahatma Gandhi had been joined the Champaran struggle by option A, Vallabhbhai Patel and Vinoba Bhave. Option B, Rajendra Prasad and Anugrah Narayan Sinha. Option C, Mahadev Desai and Manipen Patel. And option D is Rajendra Prasad and Jawaharlal Nehru. The correct option is option D, Rajendra Prasad and Jawaharlal Nehru. Next. Which of the following Congress leader rejected the August offer of 1940? Option A, Lord Wavell. Option B, Lord Lilnithgow. Option C, Sir George Stanley. And option D is Lord Wellington. The correct option is option B, Lord Linlithgow. Next. As per the Cabinet Mission Plan, the strength of the Constituent Assembly would be option A 389, option B 289, option C 250, and option D is 350. And the correct option is option A 389. Next. November 26, 1949 is a significant day in our constitutional history because option A, India took a pledge of complete independence on this day. Option B, the constitution was adopted on this day. Option C, India became a republic on this day. And option D is the first amendment of the constitution was passed on this day. The correct option is option B, the constitution was adopted on this day. Next. Which of the following was not contained in the Cripps offer? Option A, Dominion Status of India. Option B, Constituent Assembly. Option C, Control of Defense of India by the Indian National Government. And option D is a right to take part in highest councils. The correct option is option C, Control of Defense of India by the Indian National Government. Next. Which of the following statement is incorrect about the Act of 1919? Option A, British India must an integral part of the British Empire. Option B, a responsible government would be realized only by progressive stages. Option C, provincial subjects were classified into reserve subjects, transfer subjects. Option D, the salary of the Secretary of State for India was drawn out of the revenues of Indian government. The correct option is option D. The salary of the Secretary of State for India was drawn out of the revenue of Indian government. Next. According to Gandhi, ahimsa could not be construed to mean option A, truth, option B, a positive state of law, option C, tolerance of the wrong and unjust, and option D, doing good even to the evildoers. The correct option is option C, tolerance of the wrong and unjust. Next. In which year was Burma separated from India? Option A, 1863. Option B, 1902. Option C, 1937. And option D, 1947. The correct option is option C, 1937. Next. As per the Act of 1853, the Governor General's Council was enlarged for the purpose of option A, defense, option B, legislation, option C, finance, and option D, security. The correct option is option B, legislation. Thank you friends and good luck for your better future.